Imagine zipping through the sky on a motorcycle. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's actually happening with something called Airwolf. This flying bike can take off straight up and zoom around at 230 kilometers per hour. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. You can fly it for about 25 minutes and travel up to 66 kilometers. Now, it's not for everyone. It costs a whopping $318,000, and you need a pilot's license. A Chinese student named Yuchen Tsai came up with a cool idea for a future car. It's like a big bubble that floats in the air. Renault, a car company, loved the idea so much they gave Yuchen a prize for it. This bubble car doesn't have wheels. Instead, it uses magnets to float above the ground. You can call for one using your phone, just like ordering a taxi. The car can fit 1 or 2 people inside. If you want to travel with friends, these bubble cars can stick together using magnetic straps. You can even chat with your buddies in other bubbles using special screens and speakers. The coolest part, you can make the bubble clear or opaque whenever you want. Imagine floating through the city, seeing everything around you. This design might inspire real flying cars in the future. Two Italian companies, Pininfarina and New Holland, have created a special tractor for fancy vineyards. It's not just cars getting cool new designs in 2022. This tractor is tiny, only 5 feet wide. That means it can easily move between grapevines without hurting them. It can even drive through 2 rows at once, which is great for vineyards where grapes are planted close together. This is how they grow grapes for top wines like Champagne and Bordeaux. The tractor uses both regular fuel and electricity to run. What's really cool is that each wheel has its own electric motor. This smart design helps winemakers take better care of their grapes, which could mean tastier wine for all of us. New Holland has been making farm equipment for over 120 years. Have you heard about Nissan's cool new idea? They've been working on an electric car called the ARIYA for a while now. But recently, they showed off something really different. They took the engine from the ARIYA and put it in a race car with just 1 seat. It's not for selling though. Nissan just wants to show what they can do with electric cars. The car looks super sleek, like it was shaped by the wind. It gives us a peek at what Nissan's future electric sports cars might look like. Funny thing is, they didn't tell us how fast it goes or anything like that. It's more about showing off the design. So, Alpine, a French car company, teamed up with some Italian design students. Together, they came up with an idea for a super cool car. It's not just any car, it runs on hydrogen. They named it the Alpine A4810. The number 4810 is special because it's how tall Mont Blanc is in meters. Mont Blanc is this huge mountain right between France and Italy. Pretty clever, right? Now, here's the thing. This car isn't going to be sold in stores. It's more like a fun project to show off what young car designers can do. It's also a way to celebrate Alpine's history. The car looks a bit like those fast Formula 1 race cars. South Korean experts have come up with a cool idea for a future city. They call it Oceanic Busan, and it's a smart city that floats on water. The best part? It can make all its own energy and water. They've already shown their plans at the UN. Now they're working on a small version of it in Busan's port, which should be done by 2025. This floating city is designed to hold about 10,000 people. It will sit on 3 big platforms in the water, covering an area about half the size of Central Park in New York. The main idea is to live without harming nature. They'll use clever building methods that don't hurt the environment. The city will also use natural power from tides, waves, rain, and the sun. Fun fact, Busan is already South Korea's 2nd largest city and has the country's busiest port. A German company called Rheinmetall has shown off a new tank design. They're calling it the KF-51 Panther. Right now, we don't know everything about this tank. The one they showed at a big event was more like a demo of new tech. But they did share some cool stuff about it. The Panther will have a big, smooth gun that's 5 inches wide. It also has a smaller gun that can be controlled from inside the tank. Here's something really neat. The crew can fly small drones from the tank. These drones can go about 25 miles away. The tank is pretty heavy, weighing about as much as 10 elephants. It's also super high-tech. All the systems in the tank are connected to a digital network that the whole crew can use. Fun fact, the name Panther was also used for a famous German tank in World War II. CITROЕN, a French car company, is coming up with some cool new ideas for the future. They think these ideas will help make city traffic better. One neat idea is the Eagle 360 wheels. These wheels are round like balls and let cars turn in any direction, even spin around in one spot. They've also made something called the Universal Skate Platform. With this, you can build either a taxi or a comfy room on wheels. How fun is that? CITROEN even used AI smart computer programs to help design some of their ideas. The Mini Vision. Next 100 is a car from the future with some amazing features. It can change its roof color and inside lighting to match your mood. The car is smart enough to choose entertainment for you and figure out what information you need for your trip. The coolest part is the windshield. It shows you a clear view of the road and uses special technology to draw your route right in front of you, like a video game. You can choose to drive the car yourself or let it drive on its own. It's like having 2 cars in one. The Mini brand is known for its small cars, but they've never made one as high-tech as this concept. Siemens, a big German company, has some cool ideas about how healthcare might change in the future. They think a lot of things will go digital for both doctors and patients. One neat idea is having digital copies of patients that doctors can use to try out different treatments. This could help make medical care more accurate. Siemens also believes patients will have more say in their care, and doctors will use genetic info to give personalized treatments. This is called precision medicine. But some people worry that only rich folks will be able to get this fancy new healthcare. It's a fair concern. Good to know, Siemens isn't just about healthcare. They also work on things like energy, buildings, and transportation to make cities smarter and more eco-friendly. What do you think about these changes in healthcare? French car company CITROEN is working on some cool new ideas too. They've got a fresh logo and a new saying, "Nothing moves us like CITROEN." Now, they're focusing on making small, affordable electric cars. While many companies are making fancy electric cars with lots of extras, CITROEN wants to keep things simple. They're planning a basic electric car that's easy to use and doesn't cost too much. This new car will be able to go up to about 70 miles per hour and drive almost 250 miles before needing a charge. It can charge up pretty fast too, from 20% to 80% in about 23 minutes. To keep the car light, they're using special materials for the seats. The whole car will only weigh about 2,200 pounds. Instead of huge screens inside, they're using smaller, thinner ones. Right now, this car is just an idea. But CITROEN hopes that one day, everyone will be able to have their own electric car. CITROEN was founded in 1919 and was the first mass production car company outside the USA.